Hey Scals, my name is Skalgro and welcome to a game theory episode called Why Does Ash Marry? Can you believe an Ash little boy that we knew for 20 if not 30 years, maybe 20 years most likely, is now married? Pokemon game theory. It's a game theory by MatBat. Now we get to see a new theory. Shout out to the membership of my main channel, Skychrew, Rikiao Des, Tatsi Verb and Iron Chunk. We're supporting the for the main channel. If you can, please watch the other videos on my channel because I'm literally 10 days away from being demonetized, which is probably gonna happen no matter what, but depends on the support. Let's start.
Well, I guess it's finally time to say goodbye.
No,
Wow,
goodbye.
I can't really believe it. We've been through so much.
How did he do that? That's
Trying
kind of
to
cool like
figure
this.
out how old you are, who your father is, even what level your Pikachu is.
True though.
Weird to think that it's all over. No, it can't be over.
It can't
I
be.
know you finally achieved your dream.
Oh, that's
but
cool,
I'm
like
not
this.
ready to let you go.
Hey, I'm sure we'll still be able to see each other. I mean, if anyone's gonna figure out a way to keep talking about me,
True.
it's gonna be you.
You really mean that? Wait, what is this?
Oh, surprise.
That's it. I know how I can keep theorizing about you.
Well, that didn't take long at all. Eh, Pikachu?
Hello,
True.
Internet! Welcome to
He
Game
loves theories.
Theory, the show that knows that the truest of Pokemon masters are the ones that catch the subscribe button.
Hey, subscribe!
Catching, oh boy, was I not ready to
Scarlet.
catch all the feels when Pokemon released their
Sprigato,
newest
of
trailer.
course.
After
The-
9
I choose the green
regions,
Pokemon.
52 badges,
But I didn't have the game.
83
I actually-
Pokemon, so long as you count 30 Tauros, and 25 years
Emulator of
being 10
Switch,
years old,
and some
Ash
free game.
Ketchum is finally retiring as the protagonist
That
of
is.
the Pokemon anime. Last year, Ash finally achieved his dream and became the Pokemon World Champion.
Really?
Pokemon
I didn't know
Infinite
about that.
Journeys, which meant that, realistically, there really wasn't anything left for Ash
Yeah,
to
he
do
achieved
as
his
a
endgame.
character. He is literally the best, like no one ever was.
The
But it's
best.
not like the anime can just end. That machine needs to keep on.
Ah,
printing
exactly.
money. In other words, it needs some fresh blood, new
True.
faces, new heroes to learn the same lessons that Ash did along his journey. And in the latest trailer, we got exactly that. We were teased a new series set
really?
in the Paldea region from the newly released Pokemon Scarlet and Violet games. But instead of Ash, we get two new protagonists, Roy and Rico.
Rico!
Immediately after the release of this singular image, the fan base exploded with speculation about these characters. They're gonna be mentored
Immediately
by
checking.
Ash. They're gonna be introduced in the final episode of Ash's season.
No, that's the villains of
Ash
Ash.
is gonna be their rival. But of all the speculation, one theory seemed to rise above the rest. That Rico, the new female
Oh, she has the same
protagonist, is
hair
gonna be
clip,
revealed
no?
as Ash's daughter. And this isn't just the fan base wildly
Is the
speculating
cap
to keep
stuff
Ash part
of
the
the
series.
Ash,
The evidence
no?
they cite is actually pretty compelling. First of all, Rico has black hair, at least partially, which
Okay.
obviously matches Ash's
It's
hair.
dark
But more
blue.
Importantly, she's wearing a hair.
Oh, yeah,
clip
that's
that
what I said,
directly
yes, there's
resembles
this-
the L symbol
Yeah,
from
I'll
Ash's
always there's
original
this
capital
symbol.
and his Pokemon journey.
It's
Also,
super
Red
visible.
Light fans noticed the necklace that she's wearing looks remarkably similar to the.
That's not
Thunderstone
similar, my
she
friend.
refused to evolve with back during the original.
In my
anime.
opinion, that's two
Could
different
it be
things.
that her pops, Ash Ketchum, gave her this
Ketchup.
memento as a symbol of overcoming struggles and not taking the easy way out. Even the name Rico has been pointed out by some to be a nod to Rika Matsumoto, the longtime Japanese voice actress for Ash.
No,
The theories
my
didn't stop there
friends,
either.
bullshit.
Once everyone was done pitting Ash as Rico's dad, the internet did what it loves to do: good old-fashioned shipping.
Theory.
Ash is the father.
shipping.
Who then is the mother? Each corner of the fandom started throwing out ideas to
Who
prove
did
that their
that?
favorite
So-
companion was the
who
true
did that?
Mrs. Ketchum.
S-
But
E-
looking around, it seemed pretty clear
Yes,
that people were just
X,
being blinded
that's the
by
thing.
the waifu gods
Who did that? Who did it? Who did it?
Society.
Who
So, now
Ash
that
doing it
means
with him?
Time for me to
Who
break
did-
out
who-
the old
who-
paternity
who was
test.
doing it with
Ready
him?
your eye colors and earlobes, friends. We're settling this debate
Eye
today.
colors.
If Ash is truly the father of Rico, who is the mother?
Misty.
Let's start by figuring out our complete list of potential matches.
That's
shall we?
a
If
lot
Ash
of
is gonna
girls.
be Rico's father, then it makes sense.
Everyone.
Her mother would be a character that we as fans are.
No, the hair is
familiar
different.
with.
No.
Admittedly, it could just wind up being some random girl named Jennifer that we've never been introduced to before, but
Maybe.
that'd be pretty lame. So instead, we naturally turn to the roster of Ash's many, many female companions over the course of the series to find his special romance.
Wow,
I compiled a comprehensive list of maybe mommies to find the perfect OG
Maybe
for
mommies.
Ash. We wound up with 15 candidates in total. Obviously,
milkers,
we have
dude,
Misty
milkies.
from the original series, May from the advanced generation,
Yes.
Dawn from Diamond and Pearl, Iris from Black and White, Serena from XY,
Not
Lily,
Serena.
Mallow, and Lana from Sun and Moon, and Chloe from the newest Pokemon Journey.
That is
series.
definitely mistakes.
But to be extra thorough here, I also tossed in a few long shots.
Oh,
These are
who
one-off
are?
or side characters who showed some
That looks like
passive
a
romantic
guy.
interest in Ash during some point of the series. This list includes Melody from Pokemon
Okay.
Movie 2000, as well as Macy and Angie.
That's
from
a
Johto
kid!
and Sinnoh,
Macy's a
one-off characters that
kid!
developed crushes
You're
on Ash
shitting me, right?
shortly after he saved their
Macy, he's not a pet. Oh, what?
We're fine. Thank Thank you, Ash.
No problem.
What
Glad
the
you're fine.
fuck?
So brave and courageous.
Look at his young kid!
Caring. So you're a Pokemon trainer, huh? I guess he'll do. Here's your traditional welcome kiss.
Fuck, dude.
We also have Lyra from Diamond and Pearl and
Maybe.
Miet from XY.
Oh,
rival
Miet,
characters
maybe.
who outright tell Ash's female companion for each series that if
I have
they
no
don't
idea,
improve on
but
Ash,
not
they're
that
just gonna
kid.
steal him
Oh,
away.
no.
Guess if we're all gonna spend the rest of our lives in here, we'll all get married here. I've got 3 choices.
One thing. Either you tell Ash how you feel about him, or I'll tell him how I feel. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Finally, we of course
Oh,
have
shit.
Latias. Yep.
That's
the
a Pokemon!
Familiar with this Pokemon Mega lore? At the end of the Pokemon
Yes,
Heroes
he was doing it
Latios
with the
and
Pokemon.
Latias movie, the Pokemon Latias in the
I
form
didn't
of
saw
a
that.
girl named Bianca gives Ash a kiss, a move
So
that
what
shocks
the-
the whole gang as well as everyone in the audience. And yeah, the Pokemon movies up to that point were considered canon. So with our complete
This
list
weird.
assembled, or
Not the
14
kid!
Pokemon,
Fucking
it's time
hell,
to use our greatest
no!
companion science to narrow down this list of
Science.
names and find the mother. Let's start with eye color, shall we? We've discussed
Who's
eye
that
color
woman?
plenty of times on this show, so to quickly summarize,
It's Dream!
copies of each of
I
the
saw
genes. One
Dream.
comes from mom and one comes from dad. These
Genetics.
genes come in different flavors called alleles. Dominant alleles are for the traits
I
that
have
are
no
stronger
fucking
and
idea
cover up
this.
the weaker recessive alleled traits. When it comes to eye color, there are actually 3
Green.
possible alleles: brown, green, and blue. If you inherit a blue
Green
allele from
boy,
your mom and a blue
3-year,
allele from your dad, well,
green
congratulations,
boys.
you got yourself blue eyes. 2 brown
That's-
alleles give you brown eyes, and 2 green give you green.
Got
Super
green,
simple.
boy.
But what happens when you get 2 different alleles? Well, in the case of eye color, brown is going to be the dominant.
My wife
gene,
has 2
blue
color
is
of eyes,
recessive,
actually.
and green is just somewhere.
Surprisingly,
in the
no,
middle.
I'm not
So if
shitting
you
you,
get
true.
yourself 1 brown allele, it's going to
They're
blend
like
in
one
Jesse's
dark
Watt
green,
effect,
one is
means
brown.
You're likely going to have yourself brown eyes. If someone gets 1 green allele and 1 blue, they're going to have green eyes because green is dominant over blue. The only way to get blue eyes is with 2 recessive blue alleles. Knowing that, let's then apply it to Liko. Since Liko has blue eyes, we know for sure that she has 2 recessive
apologize.
blue alleles.
I
Except
apologize.
that already presents us
so
with a
tired.
problem.
I didn't sleep
has
good.
Brown eyes, just like his mom. Sure, Ash may have brown eyes and still pass on a recessive blue allele to his children, but it makes the odds of him having a blue-eyed child much lower. Now, while it's true that Riko's mother could also have herself a secret blue allele, it is much more likely if Ash is the father that the mom has to have blue eyes, so she's guaranteed to pass that trait on. As such, we're going to
Weird.
eliminate all the candidates who don't have blue eyes. That eliminates Iris, Lily, Mallow, Chloe, Angie, Miet, and Latias, which, whew, I am glad
Not
that
the
we
kids
knocked
still?
Latias out right away, because the idea of Pokemon and humans having romantic feelings for each other would definitely be
That's fucking weird.
uncomfortable.
Smash.
Okay, the heart wants what the heart wants. It's Mark, after all. Who am I to deny this man his happiness? The blue eye criteria also puts Macy and Misty on the bubble because their eye color is annoyingly inconsistent.
That's a
Sometimes
kid!
it's blue, sometimes it's
That's a
green.
kid!
Other weeks, Misty's eye color is actually labeled as Viridian, which is both blue and green. So we're just gonna keep them both in the running for now. So with
Not
our
the
potential
kid!
mom list
Oh
cut
my
in half, it's
God!
time to look at our second favorite
not a
genetic
pedophile,
trait, hair
dude. What the
color. Hair
fuck?
color is predominantly determined by the presence or absence of 2 pigments in your hair: eumelanin, a black-brown pigment, and pheomelanin, a yellowish-red pigment. You can actually think of these 2 as dials that can be turned up and down to generate a whole different range of hair colors. If your hair contains
Nice.
high levels of eumelanin and lower levels of pheomelanin, then your hair is going to be a dark color such as black or brown. If your hair has low levels of eumelanin
My hair is
and
brown.
high levels of pheomelanin, then your hair is going to be lighter.
losing
like a
hair,
blonde
actually,
or a
shit.
redhead. And in between those is just a whole other spectrum
Mostly
of
because of
colors. Now, in
genetics.
the main image that we've seen for Liko, it's kind of hard to tell what her exact hair color
Dark
is
blue.
thanks to the lighting. However, looking at this brief scene from the announcement trailer, it makes it a lot clearer that her hair is black with blue underlights. That's the official term for highlights that are hidden underneath the top layer of hair. Now, blue is, of course, not a natural hair color in our world, but this is an anime. Weird color hair just kind of comes with the
Exactly.
territory. So we're gonna have to make some assumptions about the genetics of non-natural colors. Since more hair colors are possible in the anime world, that most likely means that there just must be more
Sakura!
pigments besides
It's
eumelanin and
Sakura from Naruto!
Therefore,
What
there
the
are
fuck?
more dials that we can play with when deciding hair color. There's probably a dial for green hair, purple hair, and most importantly for us, blue
Dude,
hair. Since
they just
Riko's hair is
decided-
both black and blue, that means that the genes for both are going to be cranked
The
up
creators
to the
didn't
max.
think about it when they
Ash's
choose a
father
mother.
got
They didn't give a
black hair,
fuck about the
meaning that we
details and
need ourselves
statistics.
a mom
Just
that has blue
there you go,
hair
Ash
to
with her.
contribute
That's the
that
kid.
half of the
That's it.
genes.
I
My
decided.
deepest condolences to all the Serena and Misty shippers out there, because there are only 2 girls left in our list that have both blue eyes
Don't tell me that that's the
and
kid.
blue
Don't
hair.
you tell me.
Dawn from Diamond and Pearl and Lana from Sun and Moon.
Oh, at least the kid is eliminated. Holy shit! Holy shit! At least
Come on, if you had
that
to
would be
choose
fucking
between
bad,
three, who would
dude.
it be?
I never thought of it.
Lana's your boyfriend? He's not.
So now that we've narrowed it down to 2, we need to find some
maybe.
feature to distinguish between our 2 female finalists.
She has more hair color similar though.
Lana? Well, normally I'd go to earlobes or face shape, but honestly, it isn't nearly that complicated. All we really need to do is take a closer look at their eyes. If you look at Dawn's eyes, there are 3 different visible colors. The whites of her eyes, known as the sclera, the blue irises, and her black pupils. Now take a look at Lana. Notice anything strange? Her
White.
sclera is non-existent. What's even weirder is the fact that her pupils aren't black, they're actually white.
What the
And this
fuck?
isn't just part of the weird redesign that all the characters got for the Alola arc. Every other lead character has themselves normal eyes. And we know it's a genetic trait here because the only other characters in the show
She's
have
an alien!
Lana's parents and
She's
her
an
2 little
alien!
sisters, Harper and Sarah. It is a
Fucking
trait
alien.
that is passed between generations. And when we look at Liko, she's lacking that crucial family feature.
I
because
know who it
Lana
is.
Cannot be the mother. And so we come to the end of our investigation. Riko's mother and Ash's true shipping
It's
partner
her.
is, in fact, Dawn from Diamond and Pearl.
Makes
She's got
sense.
Blue eyes to pass on the blue allele, blue hair
Makes
to match
sense.
with Riko's underlights, and actual pupils that her daughter can inherit.
Oh yeah? What
There
the
you have
hell?
it, Ash and Dawn together forever. Unless that's not actually the full story here. I did a lot of research for this episode, and the more I looked, the more I realized that the initial premise this entire online theory is based on is shakier than Groudon's earthquake. This whole time we've been working with the assumption that Ash is the father, but no, it just doesn't make sense. Let's start with the hair clip, shall we? Well, the design is undeniably a reference to Ash's iconic cap. It's a hair clip. It's not a paternity test. Riko is just as likely to have gotten that clip the same way
Then why did
Ash
you
got his
start
first
the
ever cap.
theory?
I had to send in
I know,
1 million
money.
postcards to win that hat.
You know what else that hair clip looks like? The antenna of an orbeetle. Maybe that's who the real father is.
Pass.
No accounting for taste, I suppose. And what about that Thunderstone necklace that supposedly came from the anime's original season? Well, it would make for a great story to say that Ash held on to that Thunderstone all these
Bullshit.
years and eventually gave it to his daughter as a symbol of
Fake.
how Pikachu and Ash got stronger through hard
I said at the
It would
start.
be a complete retcon of what we see happen
Hey,
in the story.
that's what I
We
said.
know what happens to that Thunderstone. It was originally featured all the way back in episode 14. And after Pikachu rejects it, the fate of the stone is left as an open mystery. However, it does finally show up again in episode 540 during the Diamond and Pearl
Ooh.
arc. In this episode, Ash reveals that
That's
he's
crazy.
kept the stone the entire time.
What's that?
It's a thunderstone. Huh? You see, something like this happened once. And back then, the Nurse Joy from Vermilion City gave it to me. I've been holding on to it all this time in case Pikachu ever wanted to evolve into Raichu.
In the episode, the pair has
Whoa.
to face off against another strong Raichu. Meaning
Come
Pikachu
on.
must once again
They repeated the
contemplate whether or not to
episode,
use
they-
the stone to evolve. I love that it's not just enough to recycle the same plot theme, but even doing it against the same Pokemon.
Exactly.
Why not a dragon Pokemon or a god Pokemon or something? Nope, those darn Raichu just always causing you to have that real existential crisis. Anyway, as you can probably guess, they decide not to evolve Pikachu again. But this time, there's a twist. Team Rocket shows up, steals the Thunderstone, and at the end of the episode, reveal that they plan on selling it.
Hey, Sunshine, what about this?
Since pursuit can be expensive, let's sell it.
First we auction it online, so we'll be rich.
In short, the Thunderstone is long gone before Ash ever thinks about
Well, there you
having kids. And before you say it, no, Riko is not the child of Team Rocket. Trust me, I checked. Even the genetics are against
He
Ash.
checked
Sure,
that
Ash
stuff.
could have a recessive blue allele, but that's a big if. And the whole black hair thing, characters with black hair and blue eyes in this series are a dime a dozen. Just take Go from Journeys or even Riley from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. For completeness, I also ran an analysis on their faces and found that, again, the likelihood of it being Ash was minimal. If you watched the episode where I revealed that Bo Burnham is secretly Dream's father, you'll know that face shape
Matt
can be a
Pat
big
is the
factor
Dream's
in
father.
genetics. So I found the best shots of all the characters facing forwards, did some pixel measurements, put them into an online face shape calculator, and the results were surprising. Most of the women ended up having the same or very similar ratios. Basically, all of them were categorized
Ratio.
as a heart-shaped face. Riko also has a heart-shaped face, so it doesn't really help me narrow the field any. Now, scientifically speaking, daughters are supposed to get a balanced mix of their mom's and their dad's face shapes. And while Ash's measurements do lead to a heart-shaped face, all his other proportions are too big to match with Riko's. His
What?
jaw is much longer, his cheeks are wider, and his forehead is far too bulbous. sore. Couldn't help myself on that one. All of this means
Good
that
joke,
Ash's
though.
head is simply too large to be paired with any of the companions on the show in order to produce a daughter with the face shape of Liko. The science just doesn't add up. I don't think Riko's parents are going to end up having some significant lore implication. And you know what?
Lore.
I am more than happy with that. Well, yeah, it'd be cool to see the daughter of the legendary
Episode
Ash
for
Ketchum go on her own
nothing.
journey to become a Pokemon master like her father. I also think it would kind of defeat the purpose of bringing in a new protagonist in the first place. Pokemon is a
It is
story
what it
about
is.
how anyone can rise to greatness through hard work and determination. Ash
Yes.
started off as a derpy screw-up from a small town in the middle of nowhere. He had good intentions and a great heart, but not a lot of skill. Honestly, he still doesn't have a lot of skill. Using Thunder Shock for everything does not a strategy make. But he has matured. He's learned. He's grown. He's gone through more than his fair share of failures, and now he's achieved his childhood dream. To just hand the Torchic off to his daughter is falling into the trap that so many other
Torchic?
franchises have fallen into recently.
What?
They have to be one of the chosen
What's
ones
Torchic
in
has to
order
do with it?
win. It undermines that core idea that this trainer can be
Torch!
anyone.
Torchic! Oh yeah, the joke! Fuck, I'm so slow.
I also know
Damn.
that eventually Ash is gonna show up as a surprise battle for Liko towards the end of her journey because that's how Pokemon do. So, while yes, I am loath to see Ash go, I'm also okay moving on. Because let's be honest, he really should have gotten with Serena or Misty the entire time. But hey, that's just an
Misty,
opinion.
maybe.
My gamer opinion. Thanks for listening. And hey, if you're still not ready to say goodbye to Ash, why not check out our other episode where we figured out.
Anyway, let's hope you enjoyed this reaction video. Please leave a like, subscribe to this video. Again, friends about the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow in another video. Bye. This video is just a fooling around.
Father, then it makes sense that her mother would be a character that we as fans are already familiar with. Admittedly, it could just wind up being some random girl named Jennifer that we've never been introduced to before, but that'd be pretty lame. So instead, we naturally turn to the roster of Ash's many, many female companions over the course of the series to find his special romance. I compiled a comprehensive list of